Well, happy birthday, America. We did it. 250 years we've been doing this thing, and I think we've been doing it well, and we're doing it with a Southern accent to boot. Hello there. This is the Y'all Show where we accentuate all things Southern. I'm Jon Rawl. I'm the publisher of Yall.com, and we are glad to declare our independence on this holiday weekend. We're going to have some fun along the way on this, what we call Southern accent version of the Y'all Show. And we're going to tell you more about what the Y'all Show is all about if you're just joining us for the first time, or if you haven't seen us, we have an explanation that we'll get to you in a moment. But hey, it is a special weekend, and we hope you all are enjoying a great weekend across the South and around the country. As we here on this podcast want to promote the South primarily, that's why we have this unusual production. And personally, I've been involved in Yall.com and Yall Magazine for many, many, many decades now. Starting in 2003 is when we first put the magazine out, and I never thought we would hit the year 2026 and celebrate 250 years, but here we are. And I guess just like you, I feel very blessed to call America home, and very blessed to call the South home as well. On these Southern accents, we're gonna do roughly a 10-minute sort of snapshot of something going on in the South. On our elongated Y'all shows, we will do more of a hour, 30 minutes to an hour and a half type show that's more of a lengthier podcast. We'll do those more like once a week, maybe two or three times a week if we got enough material. But we're going to try to do these smaller 10-minute roughly Southern accents because we want to showcase here on this the people of the South, the culture, the food, the travel, the incredible music and entertainment options, and the politics of the South, the history, just so much right here. And it's a lot of fun. Again, this is not a brand new podcast. We've just been away, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I thought, there's so many angles people are taking this weekend as we celebrate 250 years of being Americans, that I thought in the South, one of the great things that goes along with Independence Day is ice cream. And I found this recent article that was published at readersdigest.com. And of course, if you're a real Southerner, if you can work in, and I did this last July 4th, I haven't been able to do it this weekend, homemade ice cream, specifically homemade peach ice cream in my case. That's the creme de la creme, if you could pull that one off. I need to pull that off somehow this weekend. But ice cream in general, it's hot as heck out there, y'all, this summer. At least it just got that way. It's been raining in a lot of the southern states. We cover 16 states, FYI. Anywhere they say y'all is y'all country, and we got a little map right there where my finger is. It kind of showcases where our territory is. And we are proud to call all of that area home. And I know some of those areas are a little bit more deep south than others, but in a nutshell, that's the South. And so we are open to all things Southern. And so with that in mind, with the 16 states of the South in mind, with July 4th in mind, and then also ice cream on the top of my mind at least, and maybe on a lot of your minds too, I thought it would be really cool to pull up this Reader's Digest article. And here it is. What's the most popular ice cream flavor in each state, according to Reader's Digest, which they've been at it a long time. Kudos to them. And they've got this really cool map, the most popular ice cream flavor in each state, according to them. And if you look at the South there specifically, we got some of the same colors, but not so much. So I'm going to try to dive in closer. They got this neat little guide that helps you out. Below there, they actually have it typed out. So that's maybe a little easier to understand if you haven't got the eyesight that like me, I'm not blessed with the greatest eyesight in the world. Sometimes I have to use these things here, but let's not get into that right now. Let's pull up this handy dandy guide from Reader's Digest. Alabama, according to Reader's Digest, the top ice cream choice in the Yellowhammer State, birthday cake ice cream. Right there, you see birthday cake, and that looks like a popular flavor in Louisiana and, was it North Carolina that I saw up there? Yes, birthday cake. That's the top choice in Louisiana, in Alabama, and in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina right now. And birthday cake goes great. And while I'm at it, we're always looking for sponsors here on the Yall Show. I've got to give a shout out to a place that's all over Dixie, and that's Dollar General. And they've got a brand of birthday cake in there. I think it's by Edie's or Eddie's. That's really good. And if you're ever in a pinch and you need some good ice cream, their birthday cake's pretty darn good. And it's about $4 or $5. Of course, things have gone up since we've been off the air in the last couple of years. It may be $20 by now. Birthday cake is popular in the heart of Dixie. How about Arkansas? They love what a lot of southern states love from an ice cream standpoint. You'll see the natural state right there with their love of ice cream, strawberry style. And they're joined in that love by the Lone Star State, the Magnolia State, the Volunteer State, and the Bluegrass State, as well as the Commonwealth of Virginia, all in love with strawberry. And that's a great choice, especially on a holiday like the 4th of July. But yes, good choice there. All you southern states picking that one. Then I see Georgia really stands out here with their choice. And so when you come down, Georgia loves butter, and it depends on which side of the Chattahoochee you're on in Georgia. If you're on the west side, it's butter pecan. If you're on the east side, it's butter pecan of the Chattahoochee, which splits some of Georgia, by the way. And I'm not kidding on my pecan or pecan pronunciation. That's the way it goes there. And don't pick on others. I just love the taste of butter, Pecan. It doesn't matter how you say it, but Georgia loves their Georgia pecans, and so that's their top ice cream choice in the pecan state, or should I say peach state? I'm surprised they don't have peach ice cream as their top choice, because that is a delicious choice. Speaking of peach ice cream, did I just see on that map? Yes. How about the Palmetto State of South Carolina? Maybe they're the peach state. You know, actually more peaches are grown in South Carolina than in Georgia. I think South Carolina has been and maybe still is the second leading peach growing state in America, only behind, sadly, California. Grows more peaches than any other state. But yes, South Carolina, kudos to you with peaches. And peach ice cream is South Carolina's #1 choice for ice cream. Sounds good right about now. That's what I made last 4th of July was homemade peach ice cream. I think I just told y'all that. I'm sorry, I get carried away. I need to be scooping some right now. Then Florida. I see that Florida's color is a little bit different than everybody else, although I need to get to West Virginia. They look a little different. Florida's choice is boba, and that shows how much of a southerner I am. I've never heard of that ice cream choice, and I've never had it. So I'm thinking maybe the Cuban heritage maybe is where that's coming into play. BOBA ice cream in the Sunshine State, according to Reader's Digest, is their most popular choice. And then, as you see, West Virginia is a slightly different shade, and West Virginia's choice is pumpkin ice cream. Can't say that I've had that. Maybe y'all have. Tell me if it's good. You can email us here, yallshow@yall.com. Would love to get your feedback. How about that pumpkin for the mountain state of West Virginia? And then let me also mention Maryland, and there was a strawberry choice. And I think we've just about covered, well, no, I see the Sooner state of Oklahoma is a little bit different. You know, they got the 5 tribes of Oklahoma, but they got the 3 choices that they love in terms of ice cream. And Oklahoma chooses their favorite ice cream choice, according to Reader's Digest, Neapolitan. That chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry combo is mighty good in Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and all the other great places in Oklahoma. But that's a really neat article that I found at Reader's Digest, and just wanted to share that. Hopefully that'll help get you in a very sweet mood here the rest of this holiday weekend. Again, this is the Yall Show. We're going to have these little vignettes all the time now that we got this thing figured out. I've been off the air with the Yall Show for about 2 years, or more than 2 years now. We have done a daily talk show with this show in years past. We have put out over 700 episodes of the Yall Show, and we had a little change of venue and editorial concern a couple of years ago, and honestly a lot of things going on, good, bad, and different, and I just haven't had the opportunity to resurrect Y'all and we're doing it now. Yall.com's been going all along. We're going to improve Yall.com. That's our partner. That's our main social media, if you will. But Yall Show on YouTube, you can also find it. We're going to do some things with this because the podcast world, and I've been doing podcasts since 2005, but I've, for the most part, not been cranking them out as much the last 2 years. But thanks to technology progressing and the demands that we've had, people say, hey, when are you going to start the Yall Show? So I want to thank all of you who've nudged me and said, hey, we want that podcast back. We're going to have your podcast. We're just going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to have it all video, unlike before, which sometimes was video. And then we're also going to have these shorter ones primarily, but we'll have a lengthy one as much as we can, maybe once a week or more, depending on what's going on. Again, we cover all those things, as I mentioned earlier, from politics to news to gossip to, but the common thread on all of it is the South and the Southern culture and people. And that's what we try to do and try to do it great here. So I want to thank y'all for taking a little bit of your time away from the barbecue grill or cooking or whatever else you've got going on this weekend to listen to me and give you a dose of Dixie. It's talk with a Southern accent. It's the Yall Show. Have a great rest of your weekend if we're not back to you before the weekend's out. And we'll just keep doing this thing. I'm Jon Rawl. Thanks for tuning in.